In a world of reboots, remakes, and cinematic disasters, two dudes with no clue dare to ask, what the hell were they thinking? Popcorn ready, brains off, no film school, and no mercy. This is No Clue Movie Reviews.
Hello and welcome to the No Clue Movie Reviews. I am your host, Jay, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, the man, the beard, the freako, Malcolm.
Boy, was this the freakiest movie we reviewed so far?
It was definitely a fun one, man. I really enjoyed this one. But before we get started, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe buttons to stay caught up with all of our new releases. Like today, we will be breaking down the 2024 comedy horror film. I guess horror film.
When the world is in peril.
Where are we?
No more games, Frankie. No one runs from me. You're mine.
Don't be a hero.
This is bad.
I believe in you.
Let's boogie.
Be a freako.
He's got a little freako.
Frankie Freako.
President Munch needs a new concubine.
He's a keeper. Ow!
Now, Frankie Freako is directed by Steven Kostanski, which you know him from another movie called Psycho Gorman, I guess.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And they get really, really good with the names here. So we got Connor Sweeney as Connor, Christy Wordsworth as Christina, and then we got Adam Brooks as Mr. Buechler, and Matthew Kennedy voicing Frankie Freako. Now, before we actually get started here, what is your history with this movie? How did you find out about it? Is it because of Psycho Gorman?
Maybe Psycho Gorman, but I think I just came across a short that was like, what am I looking at? And then I had to like research.
You know, when you told me about this, I thought it just looked like Garbage Pail Kids. So, you know, that's immediately what I would have thought. But I knew nothing of this movie. I went into this very blindly. So, but let's go ahead and get started. We start off meeting Connor and his boss, Mr. Buechler, whatever the hell his name is.
Sure.
We'll just call him Boss. Connor is obviously like this gigantic loser.
No, it's not even obvious. Every time you think you got it figured out, there's a new layer of dweebum that unravels. It's so much, but this movie has a good time of, even though it's so unbelievable, you're fine with it.
I got annoyed by him at first, but he grew on me. He really did.
Yeah.
Like, so basically his boss tells him that his presentation he's got is bland, and Connor doesn't understand it. He thinks he's went kind of wild with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even things.
Honestly, I would be a little bit afraid to try some of these moves on my wife.
Whatever that means.
I don't get it. I went buck wild on this thing.
Buck wild. And then he mentions because he put red font on some, or red coloring on some of it. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. What I do love here, though, is when his boss goes to walk away, that handshake has got to be the most awkward fucking handshake I've ever seen in anything.
Every scene was so awkward and enjoyable that I couldn't tell you which was awkward and what. The whole, him and his boss is weird.
His boss in general is a fucking weirdo. By the way, the boss also does the voice of one of the Freakos. I don't know if you caught that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boink
Bardo.
Is that the retarded one?
Shabadoo.
Jesus Christ.
But that handshake, man. But his boss does flat out tell him, spice it up or you're not getting the promotion. I guess there's a promotion going around between him and this other chick. He gets home, and I'm telling you, his lovely wife, and I say that, like, his lovely wife is there just waiting to fuck. What is this deal with the holding hands shit?
I don't know. I didn't even catch on they were married because I was like, okay, maybe he's such a dweeb he's waiting until marriage, but they're living together. But no, they're married. It's just so crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I caught the ring instantly, so that's why I assumed marriage. So I mean, it could be fiance. Maybe you're right.
It wasn't. I checked later. Later in the movie, it's mentioned more.
Oh, okay. His wife completely disappointed with the whole situation. She's laying next to him after holding hands, and then he starts telling her about the boss calling him boring and calling, she completely agrees with him. She even calls him square.
Yeah.
Square.
Talk about Ozempic face.
Oh, yeah. You can definitely tell on that one.
Straight up Skeletor on this chick.
I do love that she referred to him as looking like an actor. And then...
Oh, yeah. There was 2 times she mentioned actors. It was...
Gary Busey was one of them.
Gary Busey was supposed to be a compliment.
Which I don't understand that.
Wait. But maybe this is Gary Busey before he hit his head on the curb on that motorcycle accident.
Well, this has to be around, and I had to figure out the time frame on when this actually took place. So based off of everything I can conclude here, this is at least 93, but before like 96. Where it
really? It felt 80s with the computers.
Okay, he had the Philadelphia soundtrack. Came out in 93.
Wait, the
one that he dusted off was the Philadelphia soundtrack. Yes.
Philadelphia soundtrack, you're dusty.
I did not pay attention to that, so that does hard make it. Oh my goodness.
Has to be at least 93.
Oh.
So
but everything else is so 80s.
I know, because it was just I just started questioning it because of the 900 numbers. He's watching this fake ass antique roadshow, like a fake antique roadshow, which I don't know if this thing existed back then, but he spends all night watching that, and he gets commercials for the 1-900 number to call Frankie Freako. So that's where I started questioning it, because that screams late 80s, early 90s to me. 1-900 numbers, and then like I said, as soon as he said he was dusting off the Philadelphia soundtrack, I was like, okay, that kind of narrows it down a little. But I didn't even look up to see if Philadelphia actually had a soundtrack, just for the record, because I don't know if it does.
Oh my god, yeah, that's such a serious film. It's like, get the original soundtrack to Philadelphia.
Is it just going to be like the shit from Team America? Everyone has AIDS.
Especially Tom Hanks.
Almost like
Cruise.
The square thing that she calls him there, and that it just sticks with him. Everything is square from here on out. Like, he even on the Frankie Freako commercial, he even says,
"What are you, square?"
That's almost like the McFly chicken kind of taunt.
What's wrong, McFly? You chicken? Like, what is that shit? Except it was funny though. He started calling these guys boneheads, and this was one of those cringy parts. He's like, he bragged to his wife. He's like, "Yeah, I called them boneheads." Yeah. Pretty funny, right?
I started calling him that.
This guy he's square.
Yeah, he gives me characters in trauma films vibe.
I could see that. Like, he could become the Toxic Avenger if the right things happen.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there was a new one of those that come out we need to review. After this little scene, he watches Antique Roadshow forever, and then jumps to the next day. He's at his presentation.
Okay, well, I would tell you to hold on to your seats, because this next slide is
it's obviously boring as fuck, like as we predicted, as his boss predicted. And even on there, like he mentions how stuff is square. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's kind of square, boring," and he freaks out. He's like, "Oh no, I mean not boring, not yeah." Like, it bothers him that much. But then he starts seeing Frankie's face on one of the people he's presenting to.
Yeah, it made me start questioning: is Frankie real? Is he in his head?
So at this point, you're thinking he's going psycho.
Yeah, I thought he was going crazy, or is it supernatural? But then we find out more about Frankie. Could be a supernatural thing.
This whole presentation, this is pretty much what you see. He talks about it being square and boring. He screams at this guy. He just starts screaming, and then he ends the presentation. That should be like almost fired, I would assume. But
instead the boss loved it.
Yeah, he said he knocked it out of the park. But I kind of understand what he's doing here. He's trying to set this guy up. At least it seems obvious to me that he's trying to set him up. Basically, he offers him the promotion, but tells him he has to come in on Saturday to shred some paperwork. But with one caveat, he has to be on that camera, shredding. They have to see him.
A very modern looking, like, home security camera on the wall.
So I feel like it's obvious that Connor is being set up by his boss here. It's like, well, I didn't know he was shredding the paperwork, well, let's fire.
Yeah, he calls it, what does he call it? Like, enthusiastic.
Head office got wind of some of my crazy creative accounting, and so
crazy.
I need to use some creative
which is like,
clean up the
boss lingo for money laundering.
Even right there, everything screams. Oh God damn it! What's that? Office Space. Yeah, I need you to come in Saturday.
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and need you to come.
and shred some of my documents.
He goes ahead. He does tell him he'll be there. So he doesn't catch on. He's too square. Yeah. To realize that he's being set up. But he goes back home and we find out Christina is leaving for the weekend. So, as he's talking to her and she goes to leave, he sees Frankie again. So I'm following you on the
reflection in the mirror. Yeah. It's like, is it in his head? Is he a ghost? It's like he is a real person. So how's he kind of seeing him? How's he in his head?
He asked Christina about what she knows about the Frankie Freako character. And her response, I guess she had seen it because she says, please don't call random numbers because of what happened when he called the Freddy Krueger hotline.
Right. Or it at least hints that he has a problem of 1-900, 1-800 numbers in the past. He has like an addiction.
Well, maybe he should get addicted to calling the porn numbers and he'd be a little bit more handsy than holding handsies.
Yeah. And it almost feels like the whole Frankie Freako hotline and what we learned more about Freak World is that's kind of what's going on. That's like a substitute for sex hotlines. But the funny thing is they didn't make up Freddy Krueger hotlines. That existed back then.
Did it really?
Yeah, there was a bunch of them.
Dial this number now. I've got some tales to tell. Freddy's favorite bedtime stories. Bedtime stories.
You gotta be fucking pissing my asshole, dude. That is.
I found a bunch of them. That was just one I found the funniest. It seemed like there was like they would switch out different ghost stories, and he would play like Crypt Keeper. He would just come in and announce the name of the story and go, "Wow, bitch, wasn't that awesome?"
I wonder if they got Robert Englund to do the voices for it. Like,
oh,
that'd be sad.
Maybe just like a whole weekend he just recording on tape. I guess he could do it.
Right after this is when he starts doing the dusting, and if you go back and you watch that scene, the CD he's dusting off is the Philadelphia soundtrack. So this is where that scene pops in. So I said it came out in 93. So this is based in the early to mid 90s based off of the usage of the cord phones, the household decorations, furniture, and the fact that Philadelphia came out in 93, but there are no cell phones yet. So it's got to be early.
But then you had to be uber rich or it was still attached to your phone because by 93 it was rare to see someone holding one. It was most of them were car phones.
Yeah, I mean, hell, they didn't even have a cordless phone in the house, did they? Oh, no, they did. They had a cordless because he ends up chasing Shabadoo later. He decides that he's going to spend his entire weekend watching the fucking Antique Roadshow ripoff.
Estimate that this clock is worth nothing.
That's boring as fuck. Like, that is a weekend. I can't do that. But then the Frankie Freako commercial comes back on, and I guess this led him to finally calling. So I wonder the way, like, does Frankie have a way to like hypnotize somebody to kind of, because I don't want to ruin anything later, but like I was wondering if like Frankie kind of coerced him into calling somehow, or maybe you're right. Maybe he has an issue with calling 900 numbers.
There's that, or Frankie can sense there's a square that's in need. I don't know. But then it's kind of weird that the first half of the relationship is quite hostile.
Yeah, it gets a little weird. It does. But when he calls him, all you hear is, are you ready to party, my man?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to party.
Then fasten your freak belts. 'Cause here we go.
So we get the next morning with him waking up in bed. Everything seems fine. He walks out until he sees like there's I guess fart soda.
Fart classic actually.
Oh yeah, I wonder if they had new fart at one point.
New fart. Gotta go back to classic with caffeine.
Yeah, he freaks out about that shit. What's funny is right after he picks that can up, he goes to step onto the stairs and slips on one of those, and you can clearly tell that they switched to a stunt double based off the hair. He goes from having hair that long to having like either a wig or just really long blonde hair that flies straight up in this kind of funny to watch.
And this is like an Italian or borderline Mexican that fell.
Yeah. That hair.
I have to feel like I wish they had done the Texas switch to where you had this shot where the stunt guy slid downstairs out of frame and then he hops up instantly.
Later on, when he gets his head slammed into the TV, clearly switch to a dummy. I love it when
If
that
as a
happens.
board, yes, that's great. That's why I felt like it was 80s, because there were really bad switch to stuntmen in the 80s, and what else? There was some other thing. And the whole party. Like, remember in 80s movies, being a party animal was like this unachievable personality trait that you wanted to have. Like, all your problems would be solved if you just have a party.
Oh yeah, kind of like Weird Science kids.
Yeah, and I got a lot of vibes of that as the house is getting destroyed.
Well, I think my favorite thing about the house being destroyed, so he walks into the living room and it's a fucking mess, but my favorite thing might be all the shit wrote on the wall, because it's so
they're all
random.
like borderline cursing, but not. They're just like children.
Well, they
words.
got but I wrote somewhere, they wrote "I'm was stupid" on the pictures, but there's one thing that cracked me up. There's the word "vegetables" just wrote on the wall at some point.
I did not see that one.
There are there's like a VHS tape glued to the wall and a CD stuck in it, which I'm assuming is Philadelphia.
That would suck.
But he finally finds the ones responsible for the destruction. It's 3 gremlin looking things that are in the kitchen. And that's where we meet Frankie Freako, Dottie Dunko, and Boink Bardo.
Dottie was off. I wasn't ready for a cow, and I thought it was a cowboy for a second until I saw it was finally revealed it was a girl. It's like, oh, this is weird. But definitely how they're all sitting in the kitchen definitely gave me Gremlin vibes. The whole kitchen scene where it gets really gruesome in the first one.
I do have a problem with Dottie here in a little bit, but not necessarily her, but the way somebody acts towards her. But we'll get.
I already know.
Connor makes the mistake of telling them the party's over and turns off their music, and Dottie straight up shoots him in the fucking neck.
Yeah, that's it's a problem, and then it's not. Then he just has a wound that he should be treating.
Well, dude, like later on, he's got a rope tied around his neck, which can you imagine having that gash in your, and that's what it was. It was a fucking gash on the right side or left side of his neck. And later on, he's got a fucking rope tied inside of that gash. And yeah, he went through hell here. And for later on in the movie, it doesn't make any sense.
After 5 minutes, it's like, okay, we're going to just take reality. I'm just going to put it outside for a little bit, along with my brain. I'm just going to enjoy.
Oh, yeah. If I went into this wanting something serious, I was the one who fucked up. Right after that, he basically tells them he's going to call the police, and Boink takes the phone and goes running away from him. Then he gets in the living room and they have the slingshot set up. They just start launching his fucking shoes at him. How many pairs of shoes are in that corner?
It looks medieval.
Dude, I'm sorry. This dude is such a fucking square. He wouldn't have those shoes in his living room. They would be in his bedroom somewhere nice and neat.
I love that cartoon humor.
Boink, right after he saves that fucking sculpture. Boink.
I didn't even think his name is Boink, and that's what he did.
Boink. Shabadoo.
Shabadoo.
If I didn't look it up, I would have assumed. Well, actually, I say look it up. It gets announced on the little trailer later that when they're explaining Freak World to him, they give their name. 3
YouTubers lend their voice in this movie.
Oh yeah, any important ones or not? I guess. Hold on. Let me rephrase that. Not important, but any known ones.
Pretty big ones. Red Letter Media.
Okay.
But all 3 of them lent their voice. One of them is the bad guy.
And then I'm sure one of them's probably the one that's the announcer on the Frankie Freako commercial.
Could be, and I think one of them is that terrified assistant with
Munch?
the crazy face.
Munch? No.
Well, Munch is the bad guy.
I'm sorry,
Crunch and Munch. Oh, that's hilarious.
It's President Munch, and Crunch was the assistant that ends up looking like Freddy Krueger. He chases, like, at this point, like, he's pissed off because Boink broke that fucking sculpture, and he starts beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, it gets dark.
I mean, not to be that guy, but this is, you know what I'm thinking. I don't want to say it. It's like beating up a slower.
It's beat up a disabled person. And what's hilarious is after each punch, it's a different classic arcade sound from the 80s. Did you hear that?
Oh, yeah.
It's a masterpiece!
I love how they actually made his fucking knuckles bloody. Like, they paid attention to that. Well, so at this point, he's laying there, and Dottie and Frankie start freaking out and saying Boink is dead, and now Connor's crying basically like a fucking square. And
you cry after you murder something? I wouldn't say someone necessarily.
I mean, I wouldn't say he murdered him. It was manslaughter. It was a fight. Either way,
your fist is the size of his head, but
he wakes back up though. He farts. That's it. He farts, laughs, and says, "Oh, gotcha, shabadoo."
Well, you got that voice down good.
They start trying to Home Alone his ass at this point though. They're swinging paint cans at him, like trying to bust him in the face. Like a paint can's tied to the fucking ceiling.
I know
fan.
it's just chaos. This just had to be a great shot setup, and I just love how it's just a free roaming puppet. Whee!
That's hilarious. I didn't even notice him swing in. I did see the random fart can go flying by as he was jumping.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I love how they would have timed it. It's like, people throwing it, guy waiting to throw the unused Franco puppet. All right, go.
This next part, he goes and he grabs a cross out of his room. Why did he think this would work?
Why? No, why was it locked up like that?
Oh, I never even thought about that. Okay.
Yeah, there's so many whys. Why is it locked up? Why is it like a medieval lock?
Why is that more secure than the guns that he had locked up in the basement?
Yeah, but they did make sure there was so much hint like Connor had Connor had issues with guns before that they made so much mentions about the guns being locked up.
I don't know how I could. I double-checked the locks on the gun cabinet in the basement.
I was kidding. I know you'll be fine. And besides, I triple-checked them. The guns are locked up tight.
Like, does he have moments of severe depression and wants to have suicide? And that's why they have to be locked up all the time?
I wonder if when they met, because she did mention, like, when they were doing the holding hands, they said, "What else is there?" And she said, "You used to do plenty." I wonder if he had like a wild side. Like, maybe he had a wild side when they got together and he kept doing stupid shit. And that's why he wanted
weird. Yeah, they say that and then they never go with that again.
Yeah, so really, really strange. But the cross, why does it... I don't understand. It's... Why does it work on Frankie Freako like that? Is he a fucking demon and the other ones are...
Yeah.
The fucking demon, the cross catches on fire.
Yeah. But on the fireplace.
And then there's the fucking ball. God, I love it. That's more fake.
That has to be a fake TV. It looks fake.
Fake.
Like it's...
No, there's nothing inside of it. I mean, there's more than just glass on those old TVs.
Yeah, they had to have like just a fake glass inside of a hollow tube. Yeah, it looks like, or they gutted one out and put fake glass in there. Something.
After this, he's apparently knocked out for a little bit, but he gets woke up with a call from his boss wondering where the fuck he is.
Yeah, it's Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday. He's supposed to be there. Well, Connor's telling him he can't come in, but he basically gets blackmailed into doing it because Mr. Buechler said he was going to give the promotion to the other chick instead. He doesn't do anything to clean up to go to work. He slaps a bandage on that cut, leaves all the blood all over him, and goes in. Mr. Buechler doesn't seem to care. But this right here is another scene where it's obvious that you're being set up. He gets
there. It's like cartoonish. He's hiding behind it. It's right over there. Right over
he's
there.
Hiding in that other cubicle, pointing over there. That box. Yeah. But right before he goes to shred it, the phone starts ringing. It's Frankie. He gets like an argument with him, and then he makes all the phones start ringing, and then he shows up on the fucking computer. So something about this made it where Mr. Buechler decided to go to his house with him, and I guess to help him show that he's
right.
Like...
But after this weird mentor conversation,
is it hell? You mean the bad place? Like the worst place in the world? Yeah.
It's just...
He is such a weird character. Like the rest of his part in this movie is he's just way too calm.
Yeah, the humans are weirder than the puppets.
Yeah, I understand the puppets. Like, I mean, not Shabadoo, but I understand the other ones. They show up at his house and he's asking Connor the description of the Freakos, but he refers to Dottie as the cute little cowgirl. I'm like, what? Wait a minute, what? Like, it gets a little bit worse in a little bit, but cute little cowgirl. I want to throw that out there. But when they get inside, why does he pick up that shard of glass from the sculpture and start intentionally stabbing Connor's hand with it?
Yeah, that was dark and evil. It's just like another like mild threat while cutting him.
Yeah, he went from blackmailing him to saying you're crazy and squeezing his fucking hand until his hand started bleeding because of that shard.
Yeah, was it like, I hope you're not using this to get out of essentially the document shredding?
I feel like what he was doing.
Yeah.
I need a follow-up to his story. I do.
Yeah, he goes from bad guy to father figure and back again and back again. It's all over the place.
They go downstairs into the basement because that's where Connor said he saw him run to. So when they go in there, Connor notices all the guns are out of the safe.
And we know because they have the cartoonish white outline.
Like shadow boarding their tools, yeah. Buechler sees Dottie, and he clearly starts like flirting with her. And judging by his comment earlier and how he's acting at this point, it's like, I literally think the reason he came had nothing to do with Connor. He thought he was going to get some.
Yeah, a little cowpoke. Little cowpoke. But there was a little foreshadowing, and it was so like on the nose, the bear trap box. And it says, as seen on TV, and it's a rusty bear trap. Oh, it's missing.
Clearly, they everything that they say in this movie is foreshadowing. Everything you see in this movie is foreshadowing something. Even the cross earlier foreshadows something. Even the bear trap, him saying cute little cowgirl. It all foreshadows something. He sees her, starts hitting on her, starts walking up to her to, I don't know the plan, and then he puts his foot in a damn bear trap.
Yeah, okay, so the Freakos or Dottie set a dangerous trap for these people. What are the Freakos' intentions at this point? They are being kind of violent.
I feel like when they were told they can't party, it turned out, I'm killing these fuckers so we can party. Because that's
but
the way it
their
seems.
version of party is soda and pancakes.
And go fish.
And go fish and poop on the walls. Not literal poop, just the word poop.
Oh, yeah, that was on the wall. Forgot about that.
It was on the fireplace.
This part here, Connor runs over to try to help him, and there's ropes tied to the guns, to the triggers, and he almost
going to get hurt.
He almost set a shotgun off. Luckily, he stepped back. He put his foot over, and then he put a nail board into his foot, which also happened to be connected to another gun. So he's got to get it out of his foot without, setting
the
off
nail board scene actually made me uncomfortable. Have you ever stepped on a nail like that?
Yes. It made me uncomfortable. Like watching Home Alone, that scene always makes me uncomfortable when Marv steps on the fucking nail going up the stairs with barefoot.
Yeah, I fast forward through that if I ever have to watch it, because I've had that exact amount of nail shoved through my foot.
Okay. If you have a nail shoved in your foot, you're going to be limping a little, I would assume, right?
Yes.
This was like 7 nails went into his foot. He got it out. No blood, no holes in the bottom of the shoe after this. I don't know. I could have missed on.
I guess because there was so much else going on, I forgave it because I didn't even think about that. Because then I go, wait, who has 55 gallons of glue?
Not just that, but on the top shelf of something that I guarantee would be well overweight, that would not have stayed up there. That shelf would have collapsed. But to explain, he sets off the handgun, which ricochets around until it hits this like 40 to 55 gallon drum, whatever it is, on the top shelf of your basic garage shelving.
Now, since it was all practical, you can see the little cork that was blocking the hole. And then just in post, they added a spark for the bullet, and then a string you can't see pulls the cork out, and the liquid starts coming out. So it was kind of cute.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you see what I mean about how it's on the top shelf?
Yeah,
Yeah, that ain't happening. But Mr. Buechler gets covered in this shit and gets glued to the floor.
And that's where he stays for the rest of the movie.
Literally the rest of the movie. I have questions about that because they still had like a week until Christmas, and then they celebrated Christmas together, and the movie ended with him in the basement. So either way, we'll get there. Basically, he goes ahead and he gets a call from Christina, and while he's on the phone,
Sounded like a sculpture falling apart in your hands.
It wasn't.
Like she already knew.
But that's actually foreshadowing, but we won't give that away.
It's so ridiculous.
I just thought it was a hilarious joke because that would be a over-the-top joke. It's like, that was weird. That sounded like, a sculpture breaking in your hand. But it shouldn't have been. It's like, no, it wasn't.
Well, when did the Freakos go to the bed? Because he's getting covered in glue, and then Connor goes upstairs to answer the phone. From there, he goes into his bedroom, and the Freakos are sleeping in his bed.
Why did he fall for it?
Why did he not just pull the trigger? He had plenty of time. And then, shabadoo.
Before the phone, there's another heartfelt moment with the boss as he's there glued down, and it's a callback to The Bad Place.
You're right, Connor. I think this is the bad place you were talking about before.
Hell?
Yes.
Just to clarify. You mean hell?
Oh, man. He's a weird character. He really is a weird character. It's only fitting that he does the voice of Shabadoo.
Shabadoo.
Shabadoo. But as Connor goes upstairs, he's got the handgun on him. He's got it pointed right at Frankie's head. He could have pulled the trigger at any point. Boink presses a button that lowers the fucking noose down and raises him up in the air.
Catches him.
Which you can clearly see he's spinning himself around on his tippy toes. I don't know if you caught that or not.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I would hope so. Yeah.
No, they didn't really hang him.
Say, all right, you got 4 seconds. Go.
But this is where they show him the video of how President Munch took over with his Freako killers and how he's now the leader of Freak World. And that's why they had to run away. And this is where you get the names of these guys, because apparently they're in the video too. They got to explain. They're the only 3 Freakos that escaped, I guess.
They're the only rebels. Everyone else is complied or enslaved. But I like how Connor's impressed by the video.
The 10,000, yeah.
Yeah. I think they're doing sex hotlines being forced. He's like, oh, he's swinging there. Huh.
Yeah, he keeps kicking his feet at the ground to keep himself moving. From here, he finally loses his conscious, and they use the shock paddles, to bring him back, the defib.
Yeah.
And they tell him that they're going to party for one more night. They basically tell him, look, you need to party with us or your next night's going to be a living hell. So that's why I said they're trying to kill him because he said no more partying.
He goes along with it. Wait, it's just so weird. It's like, okay.
Well, let me ask you, if you went from being shot in the neck to being hung to, whatever, would you not just say, all right, fuck it, one night of partying, I'm doing it?
I guess so, but then there is some camaraderie after this, so it's weird.
That's why I think that he had a party side, a wild side when he was not so square.
They don't touch it. They don't it's like, I don't do that anymore. It's like maybe like close up on him where you're hearing screams of people in the background, like he's having flashbacks.
That's what I call a fish out of water.
Well, there is a when they're doing their partying, Go Fish, Fart Soda, dancing. A little strange. Doesn't seem like a partying, but it is what it is. But then they also go down in the basement and shred that paperwork from Mr. Buechler.
Yeah.
Wasn't he wanting that done in front of the camera?
Well, it would have been nice if it was done in front of the camera, but at least it was shredded. So, considering he is stuck in glue, it's not a bad, at least the paperwork's gone.
Great job, guys. Teamwork. That's what I like to see.
He is so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's like, is he supposed to be terrified at this moment? He's just trapped. So I was like, oh, cool.
Well,
or is he genuine?
Even near the end, when you see the big bad that walks by him, he just
goes, oh,
hey.
Hi.
Yeah. Oh, hi. What the fuck, dude? But Christina calls again.
Yeah, it's almost like she doesn't trust him, even though I think she goes on these trips so she can actually get plowed.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
But she says that she has her next show is soon and that her sculptures are going to ship out next week. So this is where Connor starts to freak out because they're all fucking broke. As we saw earlier with Boink busting that one up with the very cartoonish boxing glove. Hilarious, by the way. The Freakos say they can fix it, but from what I'm watching, they're just breaking shit even more. They're using hammers and shit.
See, you just don't think far enough, because...
Using a hammer. I never even thought of that.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to really break something down so you can build it back up.
So right there, you're talking about like him, just the camaraderie and all that shit.
Yeah.
Why is he so okay with this all of a sudden? He doesn't care about anything all of a sudden.
I don't know, and I didn't care when it was happening. If I wasn't taking notes, if I was just watching it, I would have just laughed. But since I did have to ask the question, since I'm reviewing it for this podcast.
So, phone rings again. This time, it's a very, very weird ringtone. And, they're telling him, don't answer it. And Connor answers it anyways. And all you hear is, Frankie, I found you. And then it shocks the shit out of him. And then we get like the house covered in like this red electrical field. Reminding me of that episode of Rick and Morty, if you ever seen it, when they're partying and the house
gets taken to a different dimension. Yeah.
That's what I feel like happened. Like they took that idea and used it here. But
I still love to this day, you can see the crack around the house from that episode.
Can you really?
Yes.
Huh. I don't think I've ever noticed.
It's not there in the grass anymore, but it's still there on the sidewalk and driveway. There's still the round crack.
I'm going to have to go back and look at that. But the person on the phone, obviously, was President Munch, who we learned about a little bit ago. And
now, let's get into President Munch. You do recognize that they're doing a play on words.
What do you mean?
Well, okay. Yes, in 2026, you would say there's a reason. You would say, oh, it's President Trump. But do remember, this movie is based off the 80s and early 90s. And you wouldn't believe, I did research, how many villains were based off the mogul of Trump back then. Like Biff and Back to the Future 2, they all say, yeah, it's 100% modeled off Trump.
Oh, yeah.
So many back then. So I don't think it's meant to be like, we hate Trump, President Trump, or anything political. I think it's just an homage to the 80s that every bad guy was based off Trump. So now we got Munch, President Munch. Now it's just a little harder hitting. And obviously his building has a big O sign saying Munch on it. Uh-huh.
Okay, I could see that. I did not catch that. Now, this here, they send Freako killers, which are like these robots that Munch made. And they actually tell Connor that he's going to be taken to be President Munch's new concubine. So
concubine, yeah.
He's about to get fucked.
So humans look really good to them, I guess.
I guess so. Or maybe he's just a cute one. I don't fucking know.
He does get called the cute one, but I think it's cute one out of the bunch of these freakos.
Well, I don't think Mr. Buechler would agree on that. I think he had a thing for Dottie.
I like how out of nowhere we have mine carts.
Yeah, that was funny. This little scene here, when they take them hostage or kidnap them or arrest them. I guess it'd be more of arresting, wouldn't it? Because
they're being detained. Yeah, I don't think there are Freako rights, but we'll call it detained.
This reminds me of the Super Mario Brothers movie when they go through the portal and then they are in the fucking rundown hellhole of a city.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like they go from nice. I don't know where they're at here. I'm gonna L.A., New York. I don't fucking know. But they go and then it looks just like how Mario was. Everything's run down. There's homeless people. There's burning shit. But we're on a fucking minecart as the mode of transportation instead of cars. So that was interesting.
Yeah, and I love how they didn't care that they are using all miniatures. There may be just a little bit of computer compositing for background and stuff, but it's all miniatures. The minecart, even just the little Connor, is obviously a little puppet in there. Like right there. And then back to a close-up. But every time it's a long shot, it's a little miniature cart with people in it.
How hard of an acting role do you think this was for this guy, being that he's just acting with puppets?
I think it'd be way funner, because think about when all right, I guess you could say we're still kind of in it, but I think they've learned in their lesson from the last 10 years where they're allowing actors to actually be on sets instead of doing everything at a blue screen. Because I've heard so many actors say they're tired of talking to tennis balls.
I can see that.
At least you can look at the puppet and its mouth is moving and someone's speaking underneath it. You have something to emote to. You have something to look at. You're not just alone in a green room.
Okay. Well, what they end up doing here is they end up taking Dottie away from the group. And while they're, I'll just say, aggressively cleaning Connor with sprayers and scrub brushes, somebody hits him in the fucking head with a brick for no reason while they're cleaning him. That
yes. It's the Freako way. I don't know. It's an awful world.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie to you. That one actually made me fucking laugh out loud. I was like, what the fuck? But they get to Munch's office, and a Freako brings him the phone. We find out this Freako's Crunch. But Crunch brings him a phone to answer, or to pick up. And he finally does, and he calls, and it calls the phone that's like 3 feet in front of him.
Right. It's a little late in the game, but they're definitely trying to hint that phones are their main form of technology. But there's hints of it, and there's more hints that this is supposed to be based off Trump is all the gold crap.
Oh, yeah?
Look at all the phones.
All the gold
all
phones.
Gold. Yeah, there's
The
just
gold
a lot
everywhere.
of
Yeah,
gold. So there's another hint.
Well, earlier you're talking about the phones. When they were watching that video, it is mentioned that these three in particular, Frankie Freako, found a way to travel through the phones as a conduit from Earth to Freak World and back.
Yeah, so a lot of their all right, physical transportation is minecart technology of a rocket engine. Far teleportation is done through telephone wires.
Well, is this any weirder than when we watched Hollowheads and everything was tubes? They got their food via tubes. They talked via tubes.
No, this actually makes a little more sense.
Right? But when he calls, the phone in front of him, rings, and you finally get to see President Munch. You can clearly tell it's somebody's real arms controlling Munch.
I love these type of puppets. Yeah, they have so much fun with it just to make sure you know that the guy with the arms can't see. The candy, the fucking...
That's
just completely misses.
Crunch. Yeah. Poor guy. So the Dial of Doom that they bring out is a machine that basically tells them how freaky they are and punishes them based off of that.
Yeah, but Munch looks pretty freaky himself. What defines Freako in this world?
I don't know. Quit asking those questions. You're going to ruin it.
I'm not. There's plenty here. I could ask questions forever, and you can still watch this movie and laugh.
You did miss. We did miss the one part before the machine came in. He showed them a video of them having Dottie tied up, and I'm assuming torturing her. The thing is, Crunch uses it, and it turns fully red and electrocutes the shit out of the dude, leaving him looking like I said earlier, Freddy Krueger. I mean,
oh yeah, it's great. I love it. It's a nice slow reveal. But he doesn't die. I kept thinking, okay, he's going to fall over dead. No, he even takes the rest of the day off.
Yeah, he just leaves. I mean, well, he doesn't take the rest of the day off. We see him in about 10 minutes.
He leaves the building. I think that's the ground floor. That may be like right outside.
They want Connor to go ahead and use the machine. Frankie's telling him do it, and he slaps him on the ass. How is Frankie's arms free enough to slap him on the ass when he's tied up? Hands are tied basically behind his back.
Quit asking questions.
No problem. But
I needed an ass slap, so that was it.
So while he's about to use the machine, you've got Frankie is rewiring, hot wiring one of these fucking Freak World killers, Freako killers.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's still tied up. He slaps him on the butt once. He has gotten free, and he slaps it the second time, and then he starts working on the T800 Freako edition.
So basically, this is the point in Connor's life where he realizes he's a loser. So Connor uses the machine, not an ounce of freak in him. He even says, "I'm square," and he's happy about it though. He smiles.
Yeah, and I thought we were going to go Super Sam with squareness, like it was going to turn into a superpower, like it was going to amount to anything instead of going, "What the fuck?"
That would make sense. That would definitely make sense. But as they go to run, we get Dottie walks up, and this confuses me. So
why?
All right.
Why
she's targeting them with robotic, target acquired vision. But then whenever they get her to, get control of herself, you get this like aura that flies away from her, like she was possessed.
Let's go, cowboys.
So what is it? Did they make her cybernetic?
Her outfit changed. I think they did, but I don't know how. They have weird phone technology. Who knows? But yeah, her outfit changes. It was a shiny outfit. It switches over to. I kept thinking there was going to be something to the reveal of her face.
I was waiting for it. They never did.
No.
I'm honestly surprised about that. But they finally go to escape, and this is where we see Crunch again. They can't figure out how to start the minecart. Even dumbass who can read English in the back doesn't realize you just push the switch forward that says on and off.
Yeah, it's on.
So they need Crunch's Freddy Krueger looking ass to walk up, and he's looking like he's walking out like a zombie, and then he just turns it on. And
like, thanks, Crunch.
Yeah, what is his deal with that? Thanks, Crunch. I knew you. I could always count on you. Like, you just met him.
Because that's the joke.
Jesus. But as they're escaping, you see President Munch starts kind of transforming a little bit in his chair.
What did this make you think of as he's doing this?
I
had a mix of Super Shredder and every time the Tyrant gets bigger in Resident Evil games.
Okay. No, yeah, I can definitely see the Super Shredder. Yeah, he just fucking getting huge. But it does cut away, so we don't really see the finish of what happens there. So basically, we just see they steal the rail cart. Somehow Connor gets the idea of dumping fart cola in the gas tank to make it go faster.
Sure. Yeah.
What is fart cola made out of? Is it just straight gasoline or what?
Well, if it's mostly farts, is it so condensed farts that it's liquid? Because at that point, that's diarrhea. But I guess the methane in the fart.
I mean, it makes sense there, but like, did it melt through the top of the gas can when he poured it on it?
There was some crazy stuff going on. Yeah, there was some sizzle.
He took a drink of that earlier. Yes. I wonder, you know what, when he drank that earlier, I wonder if that's what made his mind change about how he was acting towards him. Maybe it's more than just caffeine in it.
I don't want to know the extra bit. But I loved how the minecart came back to the world. It was just...
Yeah, they destroy the fucking house. Look at that. Oh, and
they
I love
could have just made it appear, but no, we're going to roll it real slowly through a wall.
I do like how the cabinet there actually had the back end rip off when it got hit, because if you ever had a cheap cabinet like that, those back ends come off so easily.
Yeah, they fall off, and then they're pieces of crap, but they're actually what's making the whole thing stable somehow.
Yeah, I can't explain it. But before they could really start celebrating, I mean, you have Frankie trying to tell him that they haven't been honest with him and stuff like that. But before you can find out what they mean, you get President Munch burst through. I would say burst through. He just shows
Super
up.
Munch.
Yeah, Super Munch.
He just comes around the corner.
He goes full freak lord, as Frankie says.
Oh, yeah, they do give it a term.
Yeah. But he's there. He's huge. He has a chainsaw. Where did the chainsaw come from? He's already huge.
Yes, I did have that note. It's like, everything was foreshadow except a chainsaw.
Well, the chainsaw is needed for what happens later. I'll explain. So, they are, basically at this point, Connor does what he thinks is best, and he sneaks around behind him and like starts flirting with President Munch. Like, and he's like puking in his mouth trying to do it. Tricks him into going into the basement. Okay, they go in the basement, and Chainsaw's cutting up things as he's walking by, including shelving. Mm-hmm. He cuts off some bars on a shelf.
Oh, yes, that's the purpose. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's the chainsaw is a foreshadowing event. That's how it totally checks out.
He cuts off a couple bars off of one shelf. That's basically all he cuts. He cuts something else, but nothing big. Connor tricks him into walking into the shotgun trap that's still set up, which if I'm upstairs partying, I think I would have like dismantled that just in case. Because I've been known to stumble around before.
Right, and what about when they went down shredding? There was a live firing situation.
Yeah. That was dangerous.
Dangerous. It was so dangerous.
But Munch does walk into the trap, and he gets part of his face shot off, and Connor was, celebrating and calling him fucking stupid.
A little too early.
Yeah.
I got you! Now that, my man, was pretty freaky. You look so stupid right now, you rube. You cad. You should see your face. You look so dumb.
And then guy looks up at him, and then he starts laughing and telling him how he can't get rid of him. And I swear to God, I thought Connor was about to get bent over that desk. And yeah. But
it sounds weird, but I kind of wanted to see that a little bit, just a little bit. A little Pulp Fiction gimp scene.
And instead of a cross, he comes in with the chainsaw bust him in the back of the head there. This is where Boink gets the idea, and he sees these two metal bars that fell off of a shelf that got cut earlier laying on the ground. Mm-hmm. he makes it into a cross, and instead of pointing it at Munch, he points it at Frankie, who turns back into demon mode. And I guess when he's in demon mode, whatever he's staring at catches on fire.
At least it does for Freak Lords.
Well, he caught the cross on fire earlier too when he.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So my question, if it was that simple to kill this fucking guy, if Frankie's this badass, how did Munch take over?
Right. Yeah. It's like, why doesn't just Frankie keep a cross in his back pocket?
It clearly doesn't hurt the guy. Look, he's right back to normal, and he tells him thank you for whatever. Why not do that sooner? I don't get it. But I guess the next morning, maybe even right after this, they're upstairs.
I feel like it's right after.
They're upstairs fixing the house, I'll say, and that's in quotes.
Oh my
fixing.
God. Yeah, he was not even trying right here. He's just throwing it off.
Is that a router? Oh, that's a speaker. Okay. He just tapes that. The picture that they drew and put over the picture cracks me up.
Yeah. I was so afraid that she was not going to see it was a mess. Like all these little attempts, like, oh, it looks great. I thought they were going to go that route.
That would have been hilarious if it just ended with her saying, "Oh, okay, honey," and then
right.
But
that I hate it when I predict things too correctly, and it's like this movie has been such chaos. Please don't start making it predictable now.
Well, she does show up, and Connor tells them all to hide, and she gets in there, and she's confused about what happened, to the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she clearly sees.
Yeah. Plot twist here, though. She somehow set this whole thing up.
Right.
I would be he got shot. Hold on. We won't go back a little bit. He got shot in the leg by Dottie when she was possessed. So he's now been shot in the neck and the leg, just for the record. And he had a nail board put through his foot. He was smacked in the face with cans. He was thrown headfirst into a TV.
Maybe she didn't set up all the individual events. Just maybe she probably had no idea about Munch and all that part. It was just like Frankie will bring the wild side out.
Okay, so one of the times he got shot wasn't her fault then. The other time was first thing in the morning. Dottie shot him in the neck.
The first one was her fault. It's like, hey, Dottie, don't shoot this one, please. Yeah. If you could, especially unprovoked, essentially just because he told you to leave. So I'm going to shoot you in the neck.
When I say this whole thing was set up, she literally gives him a present, and she calls it's honesty. He opens the box, and he sees a picture of her and Dottie together.
Mm-hmm.
She explains that her and Dottie went to gun school together.
Yeah, which explains such conversation. Okay, so she's the gun freak. Yeah, and I think we also did a photo, like a family portrait, but they're both holding guns, or she's just holding guns.
She says that she got introduced to Frankie by her as well. I almost felt like she was saying like she used to fuck Frankie.
That was my thoughts exactly.
Okay,
that's an old boyfriend.
I'm the only one. All right. We'll just assume that she did, and Shabadoo in the corner recording.
What did you think about the fake out sitcom ending that wasn't?
Oh, I fucking loved it. I even have that here. I said I loved how they tried to end the movie in a classic say a line, stand not moving, and then have the credits roll.
You could say things got a little freako.
I love it. He's still holding it.
I was hoping the movie would end there, but I'm glad it didn't because it kept it unpredictable.
Oh, like a Pearl ending where it just keeps going through the credits for like 5 minutes straight.
Dude, yeah, I laughed my ass off at that. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I was a little shocked by the ending. But I don't know if I liked it or not. Like the gun school, insinuating that she fucked Frankie. I don't know. It's weird.
I was fine with that. It did do the predictable that they're going to go upstairs and finally fuck.
Well, he says, I'm going to hold both hands. And she goes, I got a better idea. Freako style. And
great.
He looks
so she's going to make him do... Yeah, he should be worried because it's whatever Frankie's move. Because now Frankie's smiling and goes, yeah, I taught her that.
Now, he does make mention about how they don't want to send him home, that they can stay there for Christmas for him because it's only like a week away. This is what I was talking about earlier, though. As the movie's ending, they talk about spending Christmas together. Then we get back and we see Mr. Buechler is still glued to the floor in the basement. Are they feeding him? Is he rotting away? Is this like the grandpa in Hollowheads?
It's It's all the above. Is he pooping in that? Is it building up? Is there pressure? Does the glue ever go away? Does he die?
Dude, they didn't clean up the shotgun. I don't know how often they go in that basement.
Oh yeah, it probably looks like it's the same day.
I don't know, but they had pictures of them at Christmas though, and then they showed him.
Yeah,
so
right. But I wouldn't be surprised if like Munch's skeleton is still there.
like the bones are just right there next to him. Yeah,
it's still rotting. There's it smells horrific in there. Plus the boss has been shitting in that pile of
and I'm
glue.
sure the boss is like, oh yeah, no, this is lovely. This is fun.
This is hell, and that's okay.
But that is where the movie ends. That is the end of my notes as well. Do we have anything we missed that you want to touch on before we hit our overview?
No. No.
Well, Rotten Tomatoes, a little weird on this one. The critics give this an 85%.
Yeah.
Fans, there are less than 50 reviews on there, so it doesn't have an average. But looking in there, it's kind of all over the place. They either love it or they hate it. Like there wasn't really a middle ground.
Well, this is an anti-movie. It's like purposely trying not to be a film. It's just, it's insulting to you, and that's what makes it hilarious. The plot is purposely incoherent. It's like, there's no way this is an accident. No one thought this, when they made this movie, they knew the story did not flow well.
This is a bunch of stoners sitting in or a bunch of drunk people sitting in a room going, dude, you know, it'd be funny. And yeah, and this is where they come up with all this shit. Like, let's add fart cola.
Well,
shit like that.
These guys were Canadian. This is a Canadian-made film.
Well,
so
fart humor is big in Canada.
Canada. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I farted in your mouth. Oh, sorry.
Well, I'll go ahead and hit my overview first. All right, buddy. Like I said earlier, I went into this very much blind. I watched a preview. That's all I knew of it. You suggested this because of the movie Psycho Gorman, same director, which I do want to see that one now, by the way. So if we can watch that one, I want to see that one. But that's all I knew about this. I will say this. This movie is extremely fucking stupid. If I had a comparison to make, I'd say it's kind of Beetlejuice meets Garbage Pail Kids, kind of meets Cat in the Hat.
Okay.
That being said, with as stupid as it is, I surprisingly liked it. And I definitely would watch it again. And I'm going to suggest anybody who likes B horror comedies to watch this one because it's fucking great. I'm not going to go as high as the critics, but I did give this a 75%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Look, Frankie Freako isn't trying to follow standard cinematic rules. It's an outright anti-movie. It feels like the movie Little Monsters had a bastard child of Garbage Pail Kids. I love that crossover. Leaning heavy into the trauma-style absurdism where the story logic doesn't matter as long as the ride is totally over the top. Going for all practical puppet effects instead of cheap CGI was 100% the right call. If they spent the budget on CGI, it would have been forgettable. The way the actors actually have real physical puppets to interact with, it's great. It might sit a notch below Psycho Gorman. Psycho Gorman is great. This is precisely the realm of movies I love. An absurd, over-the-top ride that you're proud to stumble across and share with others. I'm giving it a 90 out of 100.
Damn. You know what I think would have made it just that much better? I know you're talking about practical use of the puppets. What if they casted actual little people to play? Can you imagine?
Well, then, yeah, that's Garbage Pail Kids at that point. With, I guess you're saying physically there. I guess that was garbage. Those may have been children with helmets on.
Well, whatever. Could be. They could have put kids in this for all I care. It's not like this had. It's not like this was. I don't think it's rated R, is it?
It can't be. I mean, it is.
I don't think
there's a little bit of gore. If it wasn't for the little bit of gore, you would just felt uncomfortable. But going, it looks like a children's film as your child's watching it, but something's amiss.
There was literally only one cuss word in this whole movie. It was on the Antique Roadshow. And he goes, what? So cussing on TV is cool now, huh? He even says that.
Yes. Because he says, like, oh, this is a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of, like I said Garbage Pail Kids. And the reason I say Beetlejuice was the hotline to call them, Garbage Pail Kids for the obvious reason, and Cat in the Hat because the destruction of the house with the lack of fixing it so much. I mean, they tried. It's not quite Cat in the Hat style fixing, but they did fix it.
See, I got Little Monsters. You remember that one, right?
Oh, I love that movie. Fucking Howie Mandel.
Yeah. So it's the same thing. He's a wild character that this kid kind of needs to bring his wild side out.
Well, shit. And even the end of that, the bad guy in that turns into a giant monster too.
Oh, fuck yeah. That thing still, I just got goosebumps thinking of that creature.
Fred Savage also? Yeah.
Yes, Fred Savage is the kid. Yeah.
You know what? There's a few Fred Savage movies we need to review, that being one of them. The other one is The Wizard. Remember the one that introduced Super Mario Brothers 3 to the world? But
California.
But with all that being said, man, that's going to do it for us on this episode of No Clue Movie Reviews. Before you hop out of here, please hit that like and subscribe buttons if you will. Thank you for joining us. Have a good one.
Shabba-daboo.
Shabba-doo.